Greetings. One of our forest monks, Simon, had an insight the other day that has had me thinking. He talked about a difference between trying to make changes in our life based on seeing ourselves as people that needed to be fixed, as opposed to making changes in our lives based on exploring our potential. And I think there's a really good lesson in here for all of us. The thing is that most of us have changes that we would like to make in our lives, right? And those changes come in many forms. It might be habits that we want to change, or getting in better shape, 1,000 other things, being in more control of our emotions. And the usual way to pursue that change is to look at myself and see, wow, I've got some problems and I need to fix them. And with that way of thinking, I start fixing. Now, stop for a moment and think about that language. When I fix something, it's broken. And the problem with this mode of thinking is that it brings us into a place of either subtle or blatant self-punishment. Now, when I'm engaged in self-punishment, for some people it works well. I say, look, I suck, and so then that inspires them to get better. But for many of us, we have plenty of that language going on in our head that says, we suck, we're not good enough. Our culture is telling us all the time. Many of us have heard it from other people. We don't need any more of that. So, the flip side of this is, what if we change it up and we say, instead of fixing myself, I'm exploring my potential. Now, instead of taking on the attitude of a person that sucks and needs to be fixed, I'm taking on the attitude of an adventurer, of an explorer. I look at myself and I say, okay, yeah, I can do this and this physically. I can, do these primal fitness things, and so what would happen if I tried to take it a little bit further? For me, at age 42, a few years back, I wanted to see what I could do physically. So I started taking gymnastics lessons, and it was eye-opening. It is not how I hurt my shoulder, incidentally. That was just doing something stupid on a playground. When I went to gymnastics classes, I got to start learning something new, and for a while, I can only describe it as flying. My body was doing things I never could have imagined possible for me. And the feeling was amazing and exhilarating. This happens to me with survival skills. If I look out and I say, I just suck, then I don't often, in myself or in the people I work with, I don't often see swift growth. But when people say, okay, all right, I got a hand drill in the cabin, I wonder if I can get a hand drill outside, or I wonder if I can get a hand drill with just using natural materials that I find. That excitement of exploring our fullest potential, that fuels us. Instead of plunging forward because I have to fix myself, I'm moving forward out of excitement because I'm curious. I want to explore life. And I want to explore this being that is me, that is you. And see, what am I capable of physically? What am I capable of emotionally, mentally? What am I capable of? Developing new skills. The cool thing about this is that, and again, I feel blessed because I get to work with people on this level all the time, is to see people that they want to explore their potential. They want to grow. And one of the first things we often try to do and shift is to get out of that mindset of self-punishment. It just drags us down for 95% of the population. But when we can start exploring our potential, wow, amazing things can happen. We harness so much positive energy. Please share in the comments how you are exploring your own potential right now. What is it that you're trying to learn? How are you trying to grow? What are the things in your life right now that you want to explore more deeply? Can't wait to see what you have to share.